Hello. So, if you don't mind, go ahead and just tell me a little bit about yourself, like your name, your age, where you're from.
My name is Gerald House. I'm 57. I'm from the Bay Area, San Francisco, born and raised.
All right. So, currently, what is your job?
I am a area manager for a respiratory supply company.
Okay. So, is that your official job title?
Yes.
Okay. So, what do you do at work?
I supply respiratory supplies to senior care facilities. That's about 90% of our business. BiPAPs, CPAPs, oxygen, concentrators. I also repair equipment. I am also manager of 2 offices and 5 separate individuals.
Okay, so you do a lot of work.
Yes.
Do you enjoy doing that?
Yes.
Why?
My job is fulfilling. Most people say I'm crazy because I work probably 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, sometimes more, but I like what I do.
So, do you work in shifts? Do you work on or off calls?
I work shifts. My shift usually starts around 9 in the morning, between 9 and 10, and I usually work till about 7 or 8 in the evening. I do have on-call shift. Every 2 weeks I'm on call. So I'm a 24-hour rotation for 7 days, and then I'm off.
Wow. So, generally, what's about your salary?
Between 75 and 90.
Okay. For education, where are you sitting at? Did you graduate high school? Did you go to college?
Graduated high school, did about a year of college. Currently floating in and out of college now to get my respiratory therapist license.
Okay. So that license, would that take you to the next step of your job?
Yes.
Okay. So would that change what you do? Would it change your job title? How much you get paid?
It would change how much I get paid. My title would stay the same with an addition of respiratory therapist.
Okay. So your job, how'd you get into it?
It was a gradual acceleration. I started off as just a delivery driver. I did that for a couple of years. There was an opening here in the Sacramento area. So everything just kind of worked out with the family, and I took advantage of it, moved up to Sacramento, was basically the only one up here. So I grew the company from, I believe, 2003 when we moved up here, just as a driver, and then along the way acquired an office, grew the office, got another driver, took over 2 other offices, grew the territory. So I am the area manager basically from the Central Valley, which is Bakersfield, all the way up to almost the Oregon border.
Wow. Would you recommend this job to somebody who's maybe lost, they don't know what they want to do? Would you recommend that they take the same kind of course that you did, starting as a delivery driver and working their way up if they wanted to work in this field?
No. At times it's really hard. You have to deal with a lot of different people. You have to deal with death, because you deal with a lot of elderly. You have to deal, the personality conflicts are pretty big. I just kind of fell into it. It's not a job that I was like, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to go do this. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go be Like if I didn't decide I wanted to do respiratory therapy until about 5 years ago. So my job was, you know, delivery driver, manager, just keep the company running in this area. Knowing, you know, later I said, well, you know, I want to do something else besides what I do. I need something more challenging. And then I kind of like really enjoyed the respiratory therapy side. So that's what I want to do. So as far as going the way that I went to get where I'm at, you know, that's 18 years. So I would not suggest for someone to go 18 years to get to the route to where I'm at. Now, if you were, you know, a college graduate, associates, went into entry-level management and landed this job as entry-level management and then learned hands-on what I do, then okay. But I would not recommend the path that I took to get here.
Okay. What was your dream job when you were a kid?
Didn't have one.
Didn't have one?
Nope.
Nothing at all?
Nope.
Was school and work and things like that, was that not a thought in your mind when you were, you know, my age or a little bit older?
Not really. Thought of maybe doing the military, joining the Air Force, but no. Not really having a clue what I wanted to do. Just never really thought about it.
So, you know, considering that, would you say that, you know, your life has been kind of, you know, just a straight line, very straightforward, or would you say that it's been kind of a zigzag all over the place?
It's been pretty straightforward. Very boring, but very straightforward.
Okay. All right. So, for you, you know, you say your life's pretty straightforward, you know, what are some, you know, major hurdles that you've been through? And it can be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be work related. It could be, you know, your life, your health, relationships, anything like that.
Married for 30 years. I had...
Has that been a hurdle?
No, that's just what it is. I had kidney failure almost 20 years ago. That was a major hurdle. Transplant. Few things, you know, along the way, but you know, life throws you a curveball, you get up, keep going.
So, for you, is that sort of a philosophy for you in life? Is, you know, no matter what, just you kind of have to keep going?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you want to touch on that maybe just a little bit more?
I've never been lazy, so I've always made sure that I was busy. Nobody's ever instilled in me like, you have to do this. You know, you've got to be this way. You've got to be that way. You know, that's just what I am. I get up, you know, every morning, crack dawn, do what I got to do around the house, get up, go to work, you know, come home, take care of the family. That's what you do.
So, for you, if you had to look back on your whole life, right, would you consider yourself to be a successful person? Do you think that you are a success?
No. Success means, to me, to be financially set. I think I fall in that category of the blue collar kind of get up, the guy that, you know, to get up, to take care of the family, to do, you know, not the person who has, who's achieved many things, education, money, have family. That I'm happy with. Success comes in different, you know, different things to different people. am I successful in my job and keeping the roof over my family's head and making sure everything is good for my family and my kids don't suffer and they don't go without? Yes. And that, yes, I'm successful that way.
Okay.
Monetarily, no. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you said that you don't necessarily feel like you're a success monetarily. So is there anything that you would do over to perhaps get yourself to be successful?
Yes. Pay more attention earlier in life to the finances, how to achieve more financial gain. That if I'd have done that earlier in life, then I probably would be better off.
So something for a person my age or in their 20s or even in their 30s maybe, paying attention to finances and how to make money and how to make sure that you're better set off later in life. That's something important.
Oh yeah. Everything is there for you to learn. You can ask the question and it's there. I think if I was your age, or say if I was in my 20s and I had the opportunities that you have, to learn about finances and saving and the market and just things like that, and how to make your money work for you, other than just putting it in the bank and maybe get a CD or something. I think that is something that is key, to learn how to save, and make your money work for you.
Okay. What's a message that you would want to put out there to younger people, to how to be a good person and how to build connections and relationships as they grow old?
Be real with other people. Just live your life simply. Don't get caught up in, just be happy with what you got, and other things will come to you. If you work hard, save, having things is not bad, but don't put yourself in debt trying to achieve what your buddy may have, or
For you, what is the number one thing in your life that you are most thankful for?
That I got my second chance when I had kidney failure and I got really sick and almost died. My second chance. So a friend of mine gave me a hand, gave me a car when the car that I had was pretty much dead, and I had